50% of all American adults are considered introverts. This can present a challenge when they have to present and sell themselves for a job. So what are some effective job search tactics? Well, our career coach, Don Strankowski, here with some advice. Don, thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
An interesting study here talking about people are introverts, a good portion of the population. So what can they do to help themselves?
Well, even though being introverted or shy is a natural trait, there certainly are some things that people can learn to do to definitely improve their skills in the areas of networking, the job interview, and even self-promotion. And number one, when we talk about networking, Nick, the number one thing for being an introvert is preparedness. Make sure you're prepared for the event. Always dress 2 levels above what you think the dress code is going to be at the event, okay? And also practice things like eye contact, a firm handshake, and act with confidence, even if you have to fake it. Number 2, if there are people kind of standing on the periphery, go out and introduce yourself. They may be shy also, so have some conversation starters ready to go, asking them about if they've been to an event like this before, or even talking about media. Current events are great icebreakers. A
great icebreaker, just to kind of get yourself warmed up for the event. Maybe have some prepared answers or some comments, right, as well.
Certainly.
Now, what about interviewing? In the interview, that could be tough to sell yourself as well, right?
That can be really difficult for people who are introverts or very, very shy. And number one is really to think about, where have you excelled in prior positions? Perhaps think about your top 4 strengths and how you can tell a story around those strengths. I like using the PAR formula, which goes problem, action, result. So if you can tell a story around those areas, it's not really bragging or boasting. There are a couple of tools that shy people can also implement during a job interview. One is called a professional portfolio, and this is a 3-ring binder with page protectors talking about former achievements and accomplishments, so they can actually show as opposed to tell. Another powerful tool is something called a job business plan. So actually isolating maybe the top 3 or 4 job requirements and writing out your action plan. These are things you can show in a job interview so you're not having to express yourself all the time.
Yeah, because it might come out better on paper and your portfolio than trying to express that vocally. You could come across as being a little awkward or shy, right?
It's possible.
Now, if you think about overanalyzing things, we're putting a lot of information out here, so someone who's introverted might want to overanalyze a lot.
Sometimes people who are shy or introverted have a tendency to overanalyze. So if you have a faux pas at a networking event or say something incorrectly at a job interview, don't beat yourself up about it. Hey, you took the lion head on by attending the networking group or going to the job interview. So there's always a positive in that. The other thing regarding people who are introverted is some of them are excellent online and excellent writers. If that's the case, ensure that you have a LinkedIn account set up. You're joining LinkedIn groups. You can connect with people virtually and meet up with people who actually share your same interests and passions.
So many different ways you can connect with there in the business world these days. Don, thank you so much for being here this morning. Again, you can find, of course, more information on our on-air section of our website. Just go to kdvr.com.